Hello people, this is Ryder here at the page through of aespa 6 mini album. Rich man. So, yeah. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which is essentially the group version. This is my turning point with aespa because I generally am trying really hard to cut down on what I get with them. Especially because I've not been as enthusiastic with their previous or with their current releases. So we got the back right here. It's a really tall photobook. We have the track list right there. Rich Man, Drift, Bubble, Count on Me, Angel 48 or Number 48, and To the Girls. I'll at least say this one I actually like just a bit more than Dirty Work, but we'll get to that. I don't know why this one is more expensive, but it was also 20% off already. So, this got released on my brother's birthday, unfortunately. But, like, the thing is that I had the chance of getting this, and no. So, like, I could have gotten this, like, oh, jeez, I'm bending this. I had the chance on getting this, I think, the week after this got released. But I was like, hey, like, we already made the deal that we were gonna do this on my birthday weekend, so we should just settle, like, we should just stick it to that. Luckily, obviously, I did do that because I didn't know that I've Secret was not out yet, despite being released earlier. I don't know how this got an immediate, like, release or statewide release here, but then I've Secret had to wait. It doesn't make any sense. So hopefully they kept the logistics that they did with Dirty Work and give us 2 cards. And so the original deal that my older sister and I had, not deal, but like the original plan was that she was going to get me. We spoiled that. She was going to get me. Oops, we also spoiled that. Okay, I do feel 2 cards, so that's good. The deal originally was that. Okay, I thought someone flew out. The deal was originally that because she was going out of town, that she was going to get me an aespa album that was not in town because I had the plan on getting this and I've Secret in our town because it was in store. So I would have done this one with Ning Ning's version too, because that was in the place that she said she was originally going to go. There was last minute changes, which is why I ended up with Dirty Work. So hopefully I end up getting Ning Ning's version as like a Christmas present. So there's that intro. Okay, so I will definitely say I do like the concept photos a bit more. I feel like they're basically, like, I feel like the aesthetic is more just like, hey guys, remember Supernova? Or like, you guys remember the Super Bean concept photos? Why don't we do that over and over again, even though that is not the case. But I really do, like, because again, I like these pictures. I like the color coordinated ones. And then, like, you know, again, like, when we got the, like, original teasers and such, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna do, like, a rock aesthetic. Like, that's actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, they didn't really, I feel like they didn't really commit to it. There's Karina. The sleeve is, that card sleeve got taped onto me. So here we have Rich Man. I actually did catch up and listen to all of the aespa tracks, because I did not listen to. At this point I had like one more track to listen to for Armageddon. I listened to the entirety of Whiplash and Rich Man. Okay, you know what? I'll give them this. This is actually a nice way of directing your eyes and such. Is this purposeful? Those edges? Huh. Yeah, the original title was Rich Man. This is one of the few songs I kind of wish was a rumor. I thought it was a joke. I think a lot of people thought it was a joke. But I was like, oh. Nope. It's real, right? That is an interesting shade of yellow. So now we got Ning Ning with a keytar. Like, this picture looks really good. Okay, I do like the different styling they're going for this too. So we got Drift. I think this is kind of unfortunate, but I've actually kind of turned around to it to enjoying this song. Like, I feel bad because like whenever my sister and I discuss about aespa, like, I mean, reasonably so. Like, we both did not like Whiplash. Like, we both do not like that album. But then with like this album, like, my sister was just like warning me like it's not good. Like, it's still not good. But like in this case, I'm like, oh, at least unlike Whiplash, I like more than one song. Here we have Giselle. I really like the shadows. And then so blinding red. Okay, I think they are purposely doing a different stylistic thing here. Bop It was the original title for Bubble. Oh yeah, makes sense. They probably had to change it to Bubble for copyright reasons. Okay, these transition points are pretty interesting, at least. So now we're at winter. And we're already on the lyric page. Yeah, Count on Me is probably also one of my favorites from this album. Or like top 3. Are they gonna do units now? I assume so. There has to be some change up now. This is done well. I feel like I've seen all the Ning Ning pictures. Because I feel like all the Ning Ning's pictures are what was already put out. Yeah, because like I like how all of Karina's pictures have like this. Or no. Well, Karina had two of these. Ning Ning had one. So we need one for Giselle and Winter, I think? Also, I think it's pretty interesting of them just okay, there's Winters. I think it is interesting that they're not using their like desert. Oh, no, they are. Well, I think only Winter and Karina. Who is who again? Ning Ning is red, but oh, Angel 48. I know people. I've seen people talk about this song a lot because they really. Oh yeah, it's done by. It's arranged by them. But like, I know. And Kenzie wrote this one too, but I know people just are obviously pointing out how. Wait, this song's entirely in English? This is the second time I'm seeing that today. Oh, I did not know that was an English song. But, let's take a look at these these pins. The Max Cat. Oh, I was gonna say that is. I think that was edited. That mark was edited. Okay, if they left one more leg, that would have been what. That would have been so bad. Is this the only picture of her? Yeah, this is the only picture of her in glasses. Hey, the art department did their work. Okay, then are we not gonna have one for another look at those pins? The original title was Girls. Yeah, no wonder why they changed it to the Girls. So is Giselle not gonna get? Okay, there, but it's pink now. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It looks better. Okay, I kind of wish this was consistent because Winter is not under the shadows. But, yeah, I think like overall, this is an album more of like, yeah, I think the concept photos, at least, are, I feel like they do a better job at invoking the theme than like the actual, like, the music video, I don't think does a good job. I still have yet to actually watch that trailer too, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be credited. Yeah, trailer video direction and arrangement, and trailer video director. So, okay, this has to be for aesthetic reason that they added the compact disc. I mean, that's nice, but like I kind of wish that was kind of consistent. Then should have made that a consistent thing. Oops. Get off, please. Get off, please. I don't remember where this is placed. Okay. So the poster. Is this one, which I think this is a neat group poster. We have two no. We got the stickers. Which again, like I really wish they've committed to this concept because it's cool. Like of them just doing like a rock concept and such, but unfortunately the song doesn't really reflect that, especially from what we've heard from the original demo. Yeah, so our postcard here is winter. Yeah, I think then at this point we don't need that opened because we got our two cards. So we need to do this before the camera decides to die. So I assume this card here has to be the actual card that it comes with. So we pulled Giselle. If it wants to focus. No, we pulled the exclusive. Alright. So there's that. And then this card is Giselle. Wait, they're both the same backs. I feel like this one has to be tied to this one because this is a completely different concept that's for the burst versions. So yeah, we pulled Giselle and Winter for this. This one, I think I didn't look at what was included and such, but anyways, that was that one. I need to look and see if the group versions, or if the, like, I'm pretty sure this is just solely the group version. I need to see if, like, getting the member versions is actually, like, hey, you get an actual photo book of the member, of that member, and then plus some group shots, or if it's just literally the same thing, because if it's literally the same thing, I probably won't get it then. Because then I'll probably get a burst version, just because. Other than that, I think Rich Man in general is like the most like just the most like okay like average aespa album to date, which is not a negative because it's, for me personally, I at least enjoy it more than Whiplash, which I think is kind of unfortunate because I think Whiplash, I think I did like some of the concepts. Like, I did enjoy the beat concept photos and such. The speed ones were not really my, like, they were not really on, they didn't really appeal to me as much, but like, I think that's where it kind of became unfortunate where like, oh, well, like, or, I don't know, it's just more the thing of like, it's not even the case of like with drama where like I actually was like kind of getting into like where the concepts or the concept photos were going and such, and then just to only fall flat in terms of songs. Whiplash, I think, is still the worst offender of that. Just by going through that entire album, it's just not like I don't know how they can. I don't know how you can go from Armageddon to Whiplash. Like that is such a big drop, and then to go more to fall like one step more with Dirty Work. I feel like this release, I wouldn't necessarily say they got back up. Like, I mean, they at least they stood up. At least, but they're not like getting themselves out. Like, and I'm not saying like they're in a gutter or like a hole, but like, you know, like you fell flat on the ground, you fell flat on your run, you got up, but you're like, kind of contemplating. I feel like that's where this album is at right now. They're like in their contemplation stage, and I get it. It's like we're not gonna like. They obviously don't want to fully go back into their original concept. That's fine, because honestly, I think My World is a big example of like that, where My World is an example of where they didn't need to like go back to their concept, or they were able to like leave their concept, but still like have that identity and such. Like I feel like the Whiplash I felt like, I mean, at least Whiplash did kind of still have their identity. But I feel like the releases for aespa this year just they don't feel like they don't feel aespa oriented and such. So like I feel like there's now this disconnect between like what, obviously there's a disconnect between like what the members actually want out of the group and then like what is kind of what the group has already stood for. I don't know. I definitely need to kind of what I definitely need to put this down in a well-formed manner, in a more organized manner, and such, just so then I can get it out right. But that's how I'm feeling right now, and such. And but like obviously, again, as I've said before, I don't like. I'm not like, no offense to like anyone that obviously like loves this album and such. I mean like I don't feel let down. I don't feel as let down with this release as I do with Dirty Work, but like I just feel like Rich Man I think could have been like a lot more like I kind of wish it was a bit more like something that I could have been like, yeah, like this is like, yeah, like I enjoy it and such. Like it's a song I'll at least listen to it over than Dirty Work if I had to choose between Rich Man and like Dirty Work. I'm going to choose Dirty Work, but no, I'm going to choose Rich Man over Dirty Work. But it's just more of like, I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm just more not really too as the bad exhausted. It's just more like. I mean, I feel like this is like. I mean, like I hope people understand this, but it's just like I think my sister and I just aren't really too big with this like current direction aespa's been going at since Whiplash and such. Because like Armageddon was like, okay, let's take aspects of what our original concept was, but like, you know, mature it and like, you know, like update it and such. And like I know people complain about Armageddon being incohesive and such, and like just feeling like just a like mess of like clashing tones of songs, but like I feel like I don't know. I feel like I kind of have to disagree with that because um I feel like it's basically like what I like about Armageddon. It's basically kind of taking what my world did, but like again, just expanding on it and such. I feel like issues with like drama, Whiplash, like my issue with drama is just more of like it does that same thing, but at the same time it feels more thrown together because it literally is thrown together. Because half of the songs there you can kind of tell like, oh, these are just leftovers from my world. And that's why it's like I feel like my world could have been a full album and then drama could have gotten a new, because I honestly feel like some of the Whiplash tracks should have been on drama. Because then my issue with Whiplash is that it's just the same. Like, yeah, it's like I don't know, because I feel like I'm being hypocritical at this point with my stance. But like, Whiplash is cohesive in to the extent, but like I just don't like. I'm not really liking the cohesive sound that they are going for Whiplash because it's just not really. I feel like it just doesn't really hit the same as like the tracks in Armageddon and such. And then with Dirty Work as a single, we've already expressed what I don't like about it. This album, I at least like. I think this album is at least like, okay, I get what they're doing. Like I can follow along with what they're trying to invoke with this album and such, and I don't mind it. But like you know, I don't think it's like the greatest that they've put out, which is why I've summarized this album as it's the most average that aespa can get, but that's not a bad thing. Because I think, in my opinion, aespa like either has high highs or absolute lows. So I think it's refreshing that I think it is refreshing of them just meeting a medium of like, okay, yeah, that was an average album. Like, because again, like I don't think that's a bad thing. Because I think, because again, like it's just, I don't know, it's just how the group is being directed and such, or just the direction that is again pushed in their in the musically of just like, I don't know, like what SM is doing that is like making it like, hey, look, like making them either push out a really like high favorable album, or like a very low favorable album. Like again, this is just my opinion and such. But like obviously, like you're free to disagree and such. But like again, I'm not even trying to be like villainizing about uh this opinion or trying to impose it. I'm just trying to be more like, this is just how I've been feeling with the releases, which is why I feel like, which is why I think it's kind of an issue too, of just like obviously because I've been collecting them for the sake of showcasing them on Now Dash Ryder. The issue too is just more like I'm basically been collecting aespa mindlessly, like a like what I do with my other toy collections and such. Like I think the biggest example or comparison I put together was like Revice, practically, where like me collecting Revice, I was enjoying it as from the beginning, but then as it went through, I was just like, why am I even bothering? But like, I was still like, you know, I was still like, I'll at least still commit on like finishing that line. That's how I been feeling with the aespa. And again, like my sister has called me out a lot of just like, why are you buying albums that you don't even enjoy listening to? But it's just because of like, hey, like I mean, sometimes it's just like I don't have anything else to get in this shopping trip, so I'm just gonna pick up an aespa album. But like, I'm just not gonna invest in much of like going like full on like, oh, I want to get this exclusive POV and such. Like, I'm not gonna do stuff like that. Like, I'm just going to stick with whatever is available locally, and then stick with that and such. Which is again why I'm glad they are finally putting out the cards that they're supposed to be released with alongside the US exclusive card. But I actually do think it's unfortunate that, because I actually made the mistake of saying, so I was right. This is the US exclusive card, because I was like, Ning Ning has a card of her outfit, performance outfit, alongside Winter, which is why I was like, I kind of want to get those two. But yeah, so I guess the caveat now is that they no longer are doing personalized exclusive messages for these. I could be wrong, because I could have sworn Ning Ning's was personalized for this, but it could also, but then Giselle's is also in English. So that's why I'm thinking that they're no longer doing specific personalized messages for the US releases, because as we've seen previously, Giselle, both are Giselles are in English. But again, it could just be the thing, like, maybe the US releases of these cards are just strictly those signatures. That could be the case, but I'll look at it after. But yeah, so to summarize, I think I'll do more research to see if the energy version of Ning Ning's is the exact same photo book or if it's just a cover swap. I'll see whether or not I'll get it or if I will get it. These boots are so weird. Other than that, I think the last one I'm going to get is the burst version. If that is available here. But other than that, after Kwanya verse 3, I am going to cut down on what I get out of aespa, just because, yeah, like my sister is absolutely correct of like, hey, you shouldn't waste money on a group that you shouldn't be wasting money on albums that you are not passionate or you're not enthusiastic about and such. So yeah, I think that's how I'll end this. I'll have to do with this page through. I'm sorry for ending it like that. I just feel like I need to get those thoughts out because I need to prepare for verse 3. And like what I'm trying to get out of verse 3. So this is Ryder and I'll leave people. I think that's how I concluded that. Bye.